You take me down, spin me around. You got me running all the lights. Don't make a sound, talk to me now. Let me inside your mind. Don't know what you're thinking, sugar. Ooh, but I just got that feeling, sugar. Ooh, but I can hear the sirens burning, red lights turning. I can't turn back now. So hold on tight. The thing is dangerous.
Welcome everybody and happy Halloween. We are here for the first ever music event and Google Hangout at the brand new YouTube Space, New York, to celebrate the premiere of David Guetta's music video for Dangerous. I am Bill Wordy, and this, of course, is David Guetta. Welcome.
Well, thank you for having me here. I cannot believe that I'm here, and it's like the coolest venue I've ever been to. It's incredible.
You've been to a few venues, so that's a really impressive compliment.
And especially for like a video thing, you know, like it's crazy.
So these walls are the actual walls that were up at CBGB's.
I cannot believe it.
This is music history.
I see like old messages that were behind the bar from different people. It's incredible. This is history right here.
Did you ever get the chance to visit CBGB's?
No, I know about it, of course.
Well, so right now I want you to just imagine like the smell of stale beer, maybe some urine.
Listen, I heard a lot about the smell of this club. It's like famous for his music, but also for the smell of the club.
CBGB is, of course, the club that launched the Ramones, Talking Heads, so many great bands. So it's an appropriate spot to talk to you about new music, I think.
Fantastic.
Excellent. So I want to remind everyone out there that if you're watching from Google+, you can use the Showcase app to pre-order David's album Listen, which we'll talk about extensively in just a few moments, on Google Play, and subscribe to his YouTube channel. So, David, Listen is a little bit of a departure for you. It's not going to completely shock fans that know your beats and know your great music, but it is a little bit of a different sound. I spent the last day listening to it. It's really an incredible album. There's some amazing songs on there, some up-tempo songs, some ballads. It's fantastic. Tell me a little bit about how your process for creating this music and your goals for this album were a little bit different than some of your previous work.
Yeah, absolutely. I've done many albums now, and you know, every time it's harder to come with something new to say in the words, but also musically. But I think it's important when an artist comes with a new album to come with something exciting and different, and for me to keep the passion that I have, I need to challenge myself and
keep pushing the boundaries.
Yeah, exactly. Because if I apply the same recipe every time, okay, I'm kind of safe, but I would probably lose the passion, and then I'm sure the fans would also lose the passion. So yeah, it's been very challenging, to be honest. Like, I've worked 3 years on the album, and it was tough. It was like, sometimes I was like, oh, you know, I'm never going to be able to make it. Like, sometimes I spent like long moments without coming with anything good. And
why? What is that a different experience that you'd had previously? I mean,
yeah,
did
absolutely.
you put more pressure on yourself this time?
No, it's not so much about the pressure of, because, you know, often this question came, like my previous album has been very successful, and we sold more than 4 million albums on the previous one, which
and
is
millions and millions of singles, obviously.
Yeah.
#1 hits in countries all over the world.
But so
no pressure.
But this is not honestly. This is, to me, this is no pressure, because I don't feel like, oh, okay, I'm gonna have to sell more. It's more the pressure of coming with something creatively that is at the same level and better, because I'm always trying to do a new album that is better than the previous one. And so instead of doing the same thing, I'm like, okay, I don't think in the same field I can do better, so let's do something completely different and start from scratch again and put myself in danger, which is very challenging but also very exciting.
Absolutely.
And I think Dangerous is really something that doesn't sound like anything I've done in the past.
So I want to ask you a little bit about, when it comes to the album, you've called the album Listen, and from what I've read, and I haven't had a chance to talk to you about this yet, but from what I've read, you call it Listen because you really want people to hear. It's a personal album.
Yes.
You wrote or co-wrote all these tracks, obviously.
Yeah, I spent way more time with working with songwriters, but you know, I gave way more attention to the song itself. Like, my previous album was called Nothing But the Beat, and
Right.
it was all about partying and dancing,
Right.
and and those songs like that I did before. I Got a Feeling, Sexy Bitch.
Of course.
It was more like being sexy and having a good time, basically. Right. And this album is way more personal. Like, my life lately was not as happy as before, and this also influenced my album, even though it's a very positive album because I'm a positive person.
Yeah, people shouldn't get the wrong idea. This is not an album of like slow, sad ballads.
Your face.
Yeah. I am so sad. It's like, wow, he's really sad. That's not the album at all, though. It's kind of beautiful.
No, of course. It's a very positive album. It's also an album that makes you want to dance. But the difference in the process was, before I would make beats first and later take my favorite beats and write songs on the top of it. And this time we started from scratch in a more traditional way, working like piano voice or guitar voice, and then later I arranged into a dance record. And this is what makes a very big difference, is I'm really trying to make songs that are timeless. And yes, they can be played by a DJ in a festival in front of 50,000 people.
Yes.
But they can also be played by a rock band in a club like this if they would cover it, or even a classical music orchestra. And that's the idea, really, because I've worked, of course, with electronic sounds, but also with like philharmonic orchestra, acoustic instruments. Like, I'm covering every possible type of production and bringing them together.
So now, of course, this being a Google Hangout, we want to stay true to the spirit of Google Hangout. There's a bunch of questions that were submitted by your fans and Google Plus users, and Google users actually voted these up. So we've picked the most voted questions, and we're going to hit you with some of those right now. Google Plus user Brian Malongo from South Africa asks, what inspired you to work with the most successful group in my country, Ladysmith Black Mambazo, especially since your genres are not related?
Yes, well, I always want to... Actually, I never work with genres that are related.
Yeah, that's right.
That's my secret. I got successful before combining urban music and from the US and electronic beats from Europe. And again, here, it's the idea of creating a combination and mixing things that are not supposed to be mixed together. And the fact that I'm a DJ, I've always done this in my life.
Always mixing, always sampling.
Exactly.
So what was it about Ladysmith Black Mambazo that you loved, or what did they add to that track?
They're amazing, and the song had that freaking feel, and they brought a lot to the song, even though they're not the main people of the song, but they bring that true element,
Google Plus user Jonathan Hong asks, who was your favorite person to collaborate with? Now, this is a good question because you collaborated with so many people. There's amazing artists on this, and yet I have to say, it doesn't feel like one of these artist albums sometimes you get where you just feel like they just wanted to work with the biggest stars they could get. These voices really work on the songs that you've selected. So the Jonathan Hong asked, who's your favorite person? I'm sure your answer won't offend and make all these other amazing artists sad.
Like, this is a question, a dangerous question.
It's called it's no-win. And dangerous, right? It's good for the theme of the video that we're going to debut.
I can't really answer on who's my favorite artist because I have also a producer career. I don't want to upset everybody else.
This is why you are a smart business person. Wow.
But it's always interesting, and I think and I'm showing this on this album. Like, I love working with like super famous people because they're talented, but I also love working with people that are completely unknown.
That's right.
And because if they're talented, they also deserve light, and I just love talent,
Well, and obviously you've done that because Sam Martin is on the first two singles from this album, and this is not a guy that's a household name yet.
No, absolutely. But last time I've done this, I was working with Sia, me as a producer and her as a songwriter, and we made Titanium together, and it really brought us a lot of luck,
That's right.
and
pretty magical moment, I think, for both of your careers.
Yeah, incredible. It changed my life. I think it changed hers too, and I'm very thankful for this incredible moment we had together. And I hope that the same thing can happen with Sam, And I thought it was cool to come with a first single that was not with a star, you know, because I want the music to speak for itself, and that's what it should be, you know.
It also speaks to sort of the level of your profile too, because I think people are going to give a David Guetta single a chance regardless of who's on the hook.
Hopefully.
Now, luckily, Sam brought the goods, but you know, I think that's right. Google Plus user Kyle Montero asks, if you could perform anywhere in the world right now, other than this stage, of course, where would it be?
Oh, I want to perform in space.
Space. You've talked about that a little bit.
Yeah,
now, have you had some conversations? Because some of these commercial flights are happening, right?
I spoke with the people from Virgin Galactic. Imagine, that would be crazy, right? I love the idea of it.
That would be pretty cool. Are you concerned at all about that? Like, I don't know. That's kind of feels a little risky.
Yeah, I mean, at the beginning, I was like super excited, and then
we just had like an awful.
No, what happened? No, what happened is I jumped with a parachute, and this is nothing, of course, compared to going to space. And already, you know, I felt like throwing up a little bit.
Yeah.
And then after I was like,
so just multiply that height by like 5 or 6 times, and you'll be good to go.
Do I really want to do this? I'm not sure, but I still love the idea, though.
So Google Plus user Nicholas Goulet asks, how did you meet Sam Martin?
Well, in LA, like, so what I do is I'm always touring, and I can really work on production on the road. But when it comes to...
You're just working from your laptop primarily? Or?
Yeah. And sometimes it's really crazy. Like, I would work with a laptop and have people that I collaborate with in different countries at the same time. Yeah. And we all, like, it's really amazing, huh? Yeah. And we exchange files, you know, and it's magic, you know. And we do this live, you know. So I would have like someone playing the piano in Holland and someone playing the guitar in Canada, and me being wherever in the U.S. You know, it's really crazy. I love this.
That's pretty cool.
And yes, and Sam, but like what I do when it comes to songwriting, I spend like 2 months a year in LA, and same in Ibiza, but this is like without touring, and there's this huge studio that is amazing where I work, and there's tons of talented people, and it's magic. Like, you know, you're like, okay, I need a guitar. You open doors, someone can play the guitar good,
and there's like people just hanging out.
Yeah,
that's fantastic.
And then I met Sam there, and he was working as a songwriter, so we started to work together, and like, it was so much fun.
You just kind of had that vibe. You kind of had that magic.
So much fun. But then when I heard his voice when he like recorded the demo, I was like, oh my God, his voice is insane, you know? Because some people are great to write, but it doesn't mean that they're amazing singers. And the guy has everything. So I feel like he deserves light on him, you know?
I think, speaking of putting some light on Sam Martin, that is a perfect segue. I believe we have Sam Martin here to join us.
Hey, David. Hey, Bill.
Hey, Sam. Welcome aboard. I was going to get really excited too, but I feel like David has already expressed. Sam, you know, you're enjoying this amazing kind of moment right now. Not only were you on the first David Guetta single, which, you know, hit #1 in a bunch of countries, but you're about to, the world is about to see the Dangerous video that you're also featured on. You're writing with Maroon 5. You're kind of just hitting this moment right now. Tell me, is this sort of the thing that you've always dreamed of?
10 years in the accidental making. I didn't expect any of it. I was just trying to survive here. I didn't even know that. I thought they were going to keep kicking me off the songs, but they kept me on a few of them. So.
What was it like when Lovers on the Sun really exploded around the world? Can you remember like the first time you were just out and like heard it someplace organically?
Well, I've been in the U.S. and I finally heard it on the radio and I was like, whoo! There we go. That's the first time.
Definitely a top-down moment. All right, we're going to go back to a couple of Google Plus questions. Is there anything that you want to ask Sam while you have him on the hot seat?
No.
Like, you owe me $6 for that coffee. No.
I just want to say how amazing the guy is, and it's been so much fun working together, really, and we're going to do a lot more music together.
Well, I was watching you guys talk, you know, through the screens, through the Google Hangout before we kind of went live, and there was an obvious rapport there. It was kind of sweet to watch. So Google Plus user Clarissa Stryker asks, how has social media affected the way, this feels like an appropriate question, how has social media affected the way you guys interact with your fans? I feel like I'm actually hanging out with you right now. Clarissa, you are hanging out with us right now.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the point.
Yeah.
That's the point. Well, it's. Do
you like to get on Twitter sometimes?
Oh yeah,
mix
absolutely.
It up with people?
And I do a lot of my Instagram. Like the Instagram, I do it 100% myself, and my Facebook and Twitter is really huge. Like it's like almost 60 million, I think, on Facebook.
Have you ever put anything out on Instagram that you immediately and deeply regretted? There
was this one day. Oh my God! There was this one day. You know, like I've been flashed by girls a few times, but
who hasn't, David? Come on.
No, but that's okay. But then there was this one day, the party was so crazy. I saw this guy standing up on the shoulder of his friends, and he was completely naked. And I was like, "Whoa! I gotta give credit to this guy, you know, so for partying so hard that he doesn't care about anything." I took the pictures and I put it, you know. I had to.
Yeah,
it was so much fun, and then I felt bad, you know, like I was like, okay.
Like maybe this guy has a job. And
exactly.
His private
so what I did is I added a little mustache.
Right. Where did you add the mustache? No, I'm kidding. Okay. Google Plus user Maria Horazzo asks, what's the best advice? And Sam, this would be a great question for you also. What's the best advice you can give to someone who wants to achieve her dreams?
Sam.
Oh my gosh. Hard work, and hopefully you have some God-given talent so that you have something to work on, but I can't really say to see. The only thing that worked for me was that I just persisted sort of, I quit 3 times, but I just kept coming back and coming back, and
keep putting it out there, because you never know when your chance is going to be.
I want to say this about him, because we actually we had like 2 really magic moments in LA and in Ibiza, but we've been hanging out together for like a year, and the guy is so persistent, it's unbelievable. Like every time I was at the studio, he was like, "David, can I play you something?" And you know, and he kept doing it, and at the beginning I was like, not really, you know.
Not feeling it.
Exactly, and he kept working, it's true.
Yeah.
And then one day the magic happened, and actually from that day, it kept happening every time. So
once you get that breakthrough, but you got to keep hammering for that breakthrough, right?
It is persistence, definitely.
Google Plus user Lavana Gray asks, what are the things that you like to do outside of making music?
Well, I don't do much outside. I'm sure Sam is like me, you know. It's like it sounds horrible, and it sounds terrible. Like sometimes, like when I meet new people and they ask me this question, I'm always a little bit embarrassed. But it's
music. It's the whole thing.
It's true.
We're gonna get you like a hobby like crocheting or something, so that next time someone asks you
really
that,
cool
something
like
really just like so not cool, it's cool. Okay, listen, Sam. Thank you so much for joining us. We're looking out for great things from you.
Thank you, Sam. I love you.
Love you too, David. See you.
I love you too, Sam. And I want to thank fans. I want to thank fans for submitting those questions. And with that, I think we've had the fans waiting long enough. I think you've been waiting long enough. And I think it is time for the very exciting world premiere of a little video called Dangerous.
Let's go.
Every race we watched, we imagined it was us. Standing on that podium, spraying the crowd with champagne. Sitting in one of those cars, navigating every curve, fighting every battle on the track. We lived every moment.
Lauder and Hunt, Prost and Senna. That was us, in that basement. But then, years went by and things changed.
The dangerous.
you and JP friends right now?
If you're second, you're only the first in a long line of losers. Just ask Guetta.
Friends? There's no friends in Formula One.
We all know that most of the time what comes out of his mouth is bullshit.
Season reaches its climax. The final showdown between bitter rivals. This is what it all comes down to. One final race.
Dangerous? I don't know what that means. The only thing I know is every time I race, I push myself to the limit. And when I reach this limit, I push myself even harder.
You take me down, spin me around. You got me running all the lights. Don't make a sound, talk to me now. Let me inside your mind. Don't know what you're thinking, sugar. Ooh, but I just got that feeling, sugar. Ooh, I can hear the sirens burning, red lights turning. I can't turn back now. So on time. I don't know where the lights are taking us. Something in the night is dangerous. Nothing's holding back the two of us. Baby, this gets serious. It's dangerous.
With 2 laps to go, this epic battle shows no sign of letting up. The question is, who is going to blink first?
Show me your soul, I gotta know. Best that you're beautiful inside. Toes on the glass, car moving fast. Come take the wheel and drive. I don't know what you're thinking, sugar. Oh yeah, I just got that feeling, sugar. Oh yeah, I can hear the sirens burning, red lights turning. I can't turn back now. So on tight. I don't know where the lights are taking us. Something in the night is dangerous. Nothing's holding back the two of us. Baby, this is getting serious. The dangerous. The dangerous. two of us. Baby, this is getting serious. Oh, the things are dangerous. The things are dangerous.
So it's out there. The world has seen it now. How does it feel as an artist when you spend all this time creating something and crafting something and giving all this feedback and the loops around that, and then finally it's D-Day and you just send it out to the world?
It's a great feeling.
Yeah.
It's a great feeling. I cannot wait for the album to be out because imagine how much I've worked on this song and the video, but imagine the album, like 3 years. You know?
Yeah.
It was at the end, I was really going like, oh my God, I'm never gonna make it.
And then here we are. You fast forward.
Yeah.
I have to say, platinum albums are great, #1 records are great, but you've reached a certain point in your career when attractive women wear very tight-fitting jumpsuits with your name on them. So I think that's a good look. There you go. Tell me a little bit about that video. Jonas Ackerlund directed.
Yeah, he's an amazing
incredible director.
Yeah, really amazing. But I think what you're saying is funny because like as an artist, you get to make all your fantasies happen.
Right.
Like, okay, today I want to be a Formula 1 driver, and I also want to win.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
And it happened. And
I didn't really think that you were going to lose. I have to be honest.
But it's funny because there's James that is a great actor, but there's also Romain Grosjean that is like a real champion, and of course he should be the one winning. And it was funny. It was very humble from him because he accepted to be part of it, even though he was going to lose.
Right.
But I gotta tell you the truth that the crazy donut, is my helmet, but it's him driving.
All right, there you go. Little inside knowledge there. He did get to drive the cars.
Yeah, it was an incredible experience because we did a first tour with him in a different car where it was explaining me, how to take the curves and where to use the brake, and it was really.
What's the fastest you got it to? When you were actually driving?
No.
You're like 25 miles an hour.
No, but really, I told him, I said, listen, like, I'm not, I don't want to do this.
That's what camera work and sound effects are for, right?
Because him driving, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, it really makes you want to run out of the car, like, right now.
but that would have been the wrong look for the video.
But just the experience, just the feeling. Like, I didn't realize how it is because you think that it's like a normal car, but you actually lying down in the car.
Yeah.
And
you're just rocking.
And they put something on the top of your shoulders. You're really blocked, and it's kind of claustrophobic, to be honest. Because you feel like, wow, if something happened, I cannot move from this place. And but it was an amazing experience, of course, to be inside it.
The women in the jumpsuits ultimately proved to be better than actually being in the race cars. Then it's a good thing. Fans, speaking of this video, fans who are watching, you actually will have the chance to win one of the helmets in the video, and everyone needs a little more helmet. If you're watching from Google+, click on the sweepstakes tile in the Showcase app, enter your info, and share the video on Facebook or Twitter with the Dangerous Video hashtag to enter a chance to win. That contest will be running all day, and the winner will get one of those actual helmets.
Nice.
Very exciting. So I think we have a couple of fans, this being a Google Hangout, I think we have a couple of fans that have been selected to actually join us here. Jonathan, are you there?
Hey Bill. Hey David, how are you?
Hey Jonathan, thanks for joining us. You're here with a little guy by the name of David Guetta.
Yeah, I'm really excited. Thanks, David, for taking the time. I'm a huge fan. So the Lotus in the video was so sick. Were you stressful at all about driving that really powerful car?
Yeah, I was stressed because I didn't want to break it. That's
that would be my worry too. So.
And but again, just being inside the car was an experience, and them teaching me how to change the gears because it's like a completely different system, and I never realized that the position was so different from a normal car, and it's hard, it's not like comfortable like a normal car, but like also having the explanations from a real champion that was telling me, you know, how to take the curves and how to really drive properly is, yeah, it was an amazing experience, really.
Cool. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jonathan. I think we have one more question. Rebecca, are you out there?
Hi Bill, hi David.
Hey, Rebecca.
Hi, Rebecca.
I just want to say thank you so much for doing this. This is so awesome, and watching your music video was so sweet. I want to know though, was there a favorite part that you have of the music video? Like, what was your favorite part doing?
The backstage. No, I'm joking.
I think this has to say a PG Google Hangout. So
I'm kidding. Yeah, it was but it was a great experience. Like as I said, you know, like you can when you're an artist, you can put all your fantasies into reality, and that's really what it is. You know, like just the whole experience and meeting, like also meeting Romain was a great experience because you know, like I really have a lot of respect for people like me that dedicate their lives to one passion. But those guys, they really take it to the next level because it's not only dedicating the time of your life, is really risking your life for your passion. Because like every time they go for a race, they risking their lives, and I think it's amazing. And it was really interesting to speak with him and to see how much we have in common in the way we approach what we do. It was great.
Yeah, of course. Thank you.
thanks, Rebecca. David, just a couple more questions before we let you off the hook, particularly about the album. You talked about this album being a very personal exercise, and you talked about it coming at, you know, sort of a transition time in your life. There's a lot going on, good and bad, good and challenging. Was there anything on the album that was so personal that you actually thought maybe that's too personal, maybe I shouldn't put that on there?
Well, it was actually a decision for me to really give myself fully, and I really gave my stomach, my heart, my soul in this album, and I decided to really, you know, share my fears and my questions and about life, about relationships, about all of this in those songs. And but still, as I said, I'm a very positive person, and I love going out and partying, and you know, this album is also about this. But when it comes to the songs itself, yes, it's a very honest, personal album.
It's funny because just from hanging out with you for the little bit that we've been hanging out today, you know, you just seem so nice and happy, and so like watching in the Dangerous video, that moment where you're like, you know, trying to talk tough about the other racer, I'm not sure, that must have been hard for you.
No, man,
because you don't seem like the kind of guy that's
exactly.
like, I will crush him.
No, but
know?
Listen, that moment was so funny because okay, you have to know that
there are no friends,
but James is has a really huge show, and it's called Following, and he's a serial killer in this show. The guy is scary. Mm-hmm. So like I was in, and I'm such a nice guy, you know, this isn't my nature. I'm more like a smiling person, you know. And when we were doing like this little scene when we get into a fight, he was really into the character, and even when we were stopping shooting, he would keep on like
he was method acting.
Yeah,
he wasn't gonna let it go.
Yeah, and it was really an experience, and yes, at some point it was really scary because I would like see him as a serial killer, you know, and see him in front of me. I was like, oh my God, he's gonna get a knife and stab me, you know.
I should speak more nicely to this guy, right? Yeah. One or two songs maybe that folks haven't heard yet that you're especially excited for the world to experience. Maybe you can talk about that.
Well, there's lots of different ones, and it's funny because some of my favorite songs really came at the end of the process.
Yeah. I think the Sia track came in right at the end, didn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's fantastic.
Well, thank you very much. I was like super excited with the John Legend song, and then, you know, the album was finished. We sent the album to factory, and then Nicki Minaj said, I want to change something. And I was like, oh my God, the album is done, you know? But she's such a perfectionist, and I really respect her for this. She has incredible ears. And she asked me to do a few changes, so I had to push back the release of the album, and I was very stressed. So I called the record company. They called the factory. Stop pressing the records. You know?
It was literally a stop the presses moment.
No, but really, really, it was like this. So my guy that takes care of me at the label, like pulling his hair out, like going completely crazy. Okay, here we go. We're ready. And then, okay, here we go again. And then Sia calls me, and there was a song that we started, and because we have 2 songs together in the album, but normally I was supposed to have only one, which is a ballad. It's a big statement, obviously, for me to put a ballad on my album because I'm more known for my dance records.
Of course, yeah.
And then she was like,
then you heard the track.
Yeah, no, but she was like, listen, I've been listening to this record again and again. I think it's really amazing, but I would want to change a few things and I want to re-sing it. I'm like,
back on the phone with the record label.
Back on the
phone. More hair pulled out.
Yeah, the guy has no more hair.
It happened to me once a few years ago. Yeah, this is what happened. Yeah, I used to work at a record label.
You know, stop the pressing again, and me going back to the studio and really like crazy like this. And actually, those 2 records are some of the best records on the album. And it's funny because this happened to me before on the album One Love. On the very last days, I met with Akon and we did Sexy Bitch in like on the night.
It was just like a throw-off. It's funny how that works, right? You work for hours trying to perfect this one thing, and then this other thing just kind of happens.
Exactly, and this happens like this,
wins.
you know. And sometimes you work like for a year on the record, and sometimes you do it in one day.
Yeah.
You know, and those 2 records are really like huge records on the album. And yeah, this record with Sia is really special, and I'm so thankful to her that she drove me crazy
stuck with it.
and came back, and we did it from scratch again, and it's amazing now. I'm really happy.
Now, one quick question for you about the Dangerous video. It's live now on YouTube, so everyone can go see it, and I'm sure right now millions of people are. But it's not actually, this is kind of like a longer version, but you were saying that you actually have an interactive version of this video.
Oh yeah, this is so exciting. So what's happening is like right now this is like the first long version, then there's going to be a short version, and it's going to be interactive, meaning this is like a technology that has never been used before. Like you can take your phone and put it close to your screen, and you will see Sam singing on the phone while it's happening, but also some people are gonna come from your phone and get inside the screen, and you're gonna see that. It's really insane.
So you'll be able to put like your own images into the video?
Yes. Okay. So for example, you have at some point you have someone that is giving a glass of champagne to someone else during the party, and you have the person in the phone giving the champagne, and the other one is taking the champagne and drinking.
That's cool.
It's like
cool.
It's incredible.
Hopefully we'll be able to interact with the women in the David Guetta jumpsuits also a little bit. Yeah,
that's a different version.
That's a different version.
We keep it for us.
That's a potential. All right, listen, David. Anything else you'd like to share with your fans before we sign off?
Well, I just want to say that I'm so excited, and thank you for watching us today. And I hope you're gonna love the album because I gave everything I got.
Excellent. David, thank you so much. Thanks all of you fans out there for joining us here at the brand new YouTube space in New York with the incredibly cool CBGB walls. Don't forget to pre-order the album, Listen. You can pre-order it on Google Play. The album comes out November 24th, big day for you. And with that, happy Halloween, everybody.